Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet another LinkedIn Live. Thanks for joining in. If you have already joined in and seeing me live, please press that like button so that I'll know that you can hear me and see me very clearly. So, thanks for joining here right on time. And today, I have an exciting topic for you, and I'm sure you are looking forward to this topic in your job search journey, that how to pitch yourself to an employer. And if you have felt this in your mind looking at the topic, then oh no, I mean, pitching myself, I haven't done this before. I'm not from sales background, or I'm an introvert. Don't worry, because I'll tell you step by step process to pitch yourself to an employer in this next 10-15 minutes. All right, so make sure you have grabbed notepads, pens, and papers and taking notes along with me. And please ask a lot of questions. I'll take those question answers towards the end, or even after I go off, I'll be able to see your questions and answer those questions. All right, so make sure it's an interactive session, or even after this session, you can reach me on LinkedIn DMs and I'll be happy to help you in your job search journey. So let's start today's LinkedIn Live on how to pitch yourself to an employer. Now, if you are in your job search journey, and please type in the chat box if you have seen 2,000 applicants on one job on job portals. If not that high a number, even like 200, 300, 400 is so common, right? We are in a country with thousands of professionals just like you pitching for jobs you want to have, right? If you are passively just applying on job portals and waiting for recruiters to call you, you know what's the result, right? You're just waiting, waiting, waiting. And many a times your resume doesn't even get read. How do you stand out from these people? If you believe that you're perfect for that job posted, or you're perfect for those type of companies, you have all the skills, you have all the experience, but somehow you're not getting a chance to have yourself in front of the right people, get an interview, then this is the strategy for you. Make sure you're proactively searching for your job. Be an action taker, be a player rather than a spectator. And today I'll tell you how to play this job search game along with me, career coach Harshad Bhagwat. All right. If you are still believing that pitching, I don't know if it's for me, wait for the step by step process. I'm asking you to pitch, not beg. I'm not asking you to send random emails, spam HR managers all across the table, or on LinkedIn, just message everyone and say that you're looking for a job and send a resume. This is spamming, not at all pitching. Pitching means you are reaching out to the right people and telling the right things, making them interested in you. And then, if they feel you are good for them, they will give you a job. All right. So, I'm not asking you to spam people. I'm asking you to pitch yourself. If you believe you're right for that company, right for that role, why not do it proactively? Why are you afraid of putting yourself out there? Yes, I'm asking you to put yourself out there to the right people, but that's the game you have to play to get the best job. Even if you are just a student right now or have 25 years of experience, it doesn't matter. This method will work for you. All right. So, if you are watching me live, just press that like button so that I'll know that you are watching me live and I'll know how many people are with me right now. And I'll give you the step by step process to pitch yourself to an employer. Step one, make a target list. I'm not asking you to pitch everyone. Everyone in the world, all companies, all professionals are not your customers. Let me call you that. Customers means all companies might not be even looking to hire you. All companies, even in your sector, might not have people like you, right? So first step is make a target list of those companies you want to work with and those companies who have people already like you, right? Those would be in your sector, but not necessarily. If you're in a functional role, you can change sectors as well, right? So make a target list within the constraints you have. For example, geographical constraint, sector, function, and even company size or salary range. Within that, those constraints, you got to make a target list of companies, and then this process starts. All right. And in coming weeks, make sure you're following me on LinkedIn, because I'm going to share job search and career advancement strategies every day. And I'll cover how to use LinkedIn to find out the right companies for you and make that target list. All right. So this is step one. Step two is identify key players at the company. Key players, not necessarily HR managers or talent acquisition managers. All right. Listen to me again. Key players. Generally, those key players are the decision makers, department heads, your potential boss in those companies, the people working in similar roles like you, similar departments like you, and they would like to know more about you first, and then they will take the final decision on hiring you, right? The HR managers work only when there is an opening, but actually, if you follow this method, you will be able to find jobs which haven't posted online. If you have been watching me on LinkedIn for a while, I'm a big proponent of this method, because this is the way you can uncover hidden job opportunities. The job opportunities, those 80% of openings which never come on job portals, or they come much late. By that time, I mean, the relevant people already know, and they have already figured out or already have got the few applicants who have come through referrals, right? So if you want to stand out and get ahead of the line of professionals who are waiting for that job on job portals, you got to do this. All right. You have to identify key players at the company, the decision makers, and then you got to reach out to them. Again, not asking for a job, not sending a resume. What will you ask? For a discussion. It's called as an informational interview, where you interview them, not for a job, for a discussion, for getting some key information. All right. This is the way you can even pitch like this if you're sending them a message on LinkedIn or sending an email. That, for example, you're sending this message to a senior manager saying that I saw your profile on LinkedIn. I like the work you are doing. I'm really following your company as well. Recently you won an award, or you are going public. You have to show them that you're prepared for this. I would like to learn from you about this, right? So this is the way you are networking, asking for discussion with a fellow professional. Again, no pressure for asking for a job. If you ask for a job directly in the very first meeting, that person doesn't even know you, right? If you find that person is already connected with your friends, family, or ex-boss, ex-colleagues, or if you find your ex-colleague, your current network, already couple of people work in those companies, you can even get their reference to connect to that decision maker. And that's the perfect way of doing it. But if you cannot find, or if you are searching for a job in a new career, new industry where you do not have good network, even then you can reach out to them asking for a discussion. Okay, that is the second step. Third step is you got to nail this discussion. Okay, you have to ask them questions about their experience at the company. If they have been working in the same industry for a while, you can ask them questions about those particular things, or advancements in your industry, or slowly you can show them how you have worked in a similar role, similar industry, what were the results you delivered, and ask them for guidance on that or input on that. You can ask them questions like, how your company is progressing, what are their growth plans, how are they how are they changing with the technology advancements or changing market demands. You have to ask them specific questions about those that company. You got to nail this informational interview. Again, hear out the word informational interview, where you are interviewing them with a prepared set of questions and asking them about their company, their career, industry, and slowly showing them how you are also passionate about that company, that industry. You have skills, capabilities, and you have good experience. Fourth step is towards the end of the informational interview, you got to push yourself in that I'm really passionate about your company. Do you think I can add value to this in your company? You talked about this project which is upcoming. You talked about this is the new expansion plans for your company. Do you think I'll be able to add value to this part of your company? And do you think you would be willing, or can you, or would you refer me to the right person for getting an interview, or I'm showing, I mean, to take it to the next step. That's the in fourth step. You got to make this person refer you to the hiring manager. And what happens here, if this is a decision maker, then he or she is a decision maker, then putting their word to the hiring manager makes a huge difference. And hiring manager will look at your profile before the other resumes if that opening is already online, right? So step 4 is connect with that hiring manager, giving reference to this decision maker or key player and starting that conversation. Step 5 is follow up. Okay, even in step 2, step 3, step 4, it's not like because I am telling you and you just go tomorrow and connect with one person, that they don't reply and you come back to me saying that we don't get reply, your method doesn't work. It's a game of numbers as well, and it's a game of follow up, follow up, follow up. 3 times follow up with a professional message, patient follow up, not like every day you are messaging them or emailing them. You are spacing those follow-ups apart. All right, you got to follow up with key players for informational interviews and with decision makers. And finally, it's the game of numbers, as I told you. Step 6 is you got to be open to finally sell yourself. When it's the time for you to finally pitch yourself in front of the hiring manager, you should go prepared with 3 things. First, the knowledge you have about yourself, in the sense that skills, experience, and stories from your past experience or projects which bring out your unique capabilities and relevant experience. Second, what kind of things you know about the company from your research and from your informational interviews you have done with the key player. And then the third thing you will do while selling yourself is how your skills and experience and the business needs you have uncovered from the informational interviews match. That's the most critical step. That's when I call it pitching, that you are pitching for a specific department in a specific company with very good information, and you're bringing out why you are the best person for that opening. What do you bring to the table, right? That step 6 is selling yourself. And then step 7 is don't be put off by a no. Okay, you will get a lot of rejections. People won't reply. If people reply, they don't they send a cold reply, in the sense they don't actually proceed with a step. Or you reach the hiring manager and they don't reply, or you don't finally get an interview. There will be a lot of rejections, but don't take them personally. Many times this no means not now as well. Okay, many times they do not have opening right now. All right, or that budget is still not finalized, or they are still it's not the process has not started. But what happens if you do this rigorously? Next time they will know you before that opening comes, or in the first day of that opening, they will remember you. Okay, so you might get a call later from the same people that when they have the opening, or as I've been telling you, it's a game of numbers. So if you do this, let's say to 20 companies, reach to 50 key players, finally have informational interviews with 10 people, right? 20 companies, 50 people, 10 in the informational interviews. So I'm giving you a lot of opportunity to even, not get a reply or get a rejection. Even if you get 10 informational interviews, overall, in those 2, 3, 6 months, you should be able to get 3 to 5 interviews finally. If you have done these steps right, should be able to get 2 offers. And again, just to repeat, I'm not telling you this, which is theoretical. I know professionals who are in my career champions club community who have used this, got results. All right. So just follow this process. If you have to watch this video again, watch that and take a lot of notes and immediately start following this process. Now, if you believe this was powerful and you want to get more of such tips from me and a very powerful step-by-step plan for your job search, I'm doing a webinar live just tomorrow on 4th June, 7 p.m. I'm doing a 1.5 hour power-packed webinar. All right, so you will find registration link right on your screen right now, harshadbhagwat.com/webinar. You'll be able to register yourself for this webinar and we'll meet live for 1.5 hours. And I'll not just give you this, but a very step-by-step process, 6-step process for your job search. And it's very powerful, high energy webinar I do on weekends. So make sure you meet me tomorrow. All right. So, Manish, I really appreciate you taking notes and putting those in the comments below. Really appreciate, Manish. You are an action taker. You are a star for me. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Just register for this webinar, harshadbhagwat.com/webinar. And I'll be able to give you much more value because I have 1.5 hours of power play, you can say. Right. So I hope you like this LinkedIn Live, and I'll be doing such sessions more often, actually every week. And I'm planning to bring even experts in those LinkedIn lives. Make sure you are following me on LinkedIn because I'm writing career advancements and job search strategies every week. All right, so thank you so much for joining me, and see you live again next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.